I love that. Want to know why? Because it forced people to look at that situation for what the fuck it was.
Would survival be a good word?
No.
What is Sir interested in? Sir is very quiet and is very, very smart. He does all of the number stuff. So he's not into the fashions.
That's what's up. How many times they gonna play that? Why they trying to make it seem like that boy retarded? He only 2 years old. What they want him to do? Be a master in algebra? Be the best football player in the playpen? He only 2 years old. Kanye West is attacking him. Jaguar Wright is attacking him. They act like he's still not a baby. They talking about little kids and they grown people with kids disrespecting Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids. Kanye West unleashed a fiery tirade against Jay-Z and Beyonce on X early Wednesday, targeting the couple and their 7-year-old twins, Rumi and Sir Carter, with inflammatory insults. The rappers post, including a now-deleted claim that the children are retarded. This fool said, wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're retarded. No, like literally. And this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having retarded children is a choice. That's beyond disrespectful. Kanye West, you need to get smacked by Jay-Z's hand and kicked by Beyonce's foot. There has been rumors going around for a long time that they've been using artificial insemination in order to have kids. They claim that Beyonce never gave a natural birth, but regardless, the kids are here. You got to be mindful and respectful of people's families. But Jaguar Wright and Kanye West is attacking Beyonce and Jay-Z in every way they can, even by attacking their kids. I think this is disgusting. Y'all got to let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's get back into this presentation.
So, Beyonce and Jay-Z have been clearly determined to keep their son, Sir Carter, out of the spotlight, and fans couldn't help but notice a few things that raised some eyebrows. While Blue Ivy has been out here absolutely thriving, making waves in Hollywood and capturing everyone's attention, and even little Rumi made a few adorable public appearances, right, Sir was nowhere to be seen. It got to the point where some fans seemed to completely forget that Beyonce even had a son. Well, Jaguar Wright is here to spill the tea, and it looks like she might have finally cracked the mystery of why Beyonce seemed so intent on keeping Sir out of the public eye. Was he just shy, or was there something more going on that they weren't letting on? And
maybe he just a kid. He not ready to make a public appearance. His album ain't done yet. He ain't figured out how to write. He don't know what he gonna do. What he gonna do? Say Google Gaga to the public? He's a child. Let that kid be a kid. They want him to come out doing backflips and somersaults because he's Beyonce and Jay-Z's child.
Here's the real kicker. Why does it seem like celebrities go to such lengths to protect their male children, but not so much their daughters? Well, Jaguar had a lot to say about this, and y'all just might be shocked by the truth. Blue Ivy has had the internet in a chokehold ever since she made her grand entrance into the world. From the moment she was born, she was a star in the making.
No, they talked about her real crazy when she was born. They said some mean things about Blue Ivy. And I believe that's the reason why they wanted to keep their other kids out of the spotlight. Nothing was wrong with Blue Ivy. Nobody said she was retarded or anything like that. People just mean out here. Hateful, spiteful. Regardless if your kid's healthy or not, they still gonna talk crazy. I'm pretty sure they didn't want their other kids to go through what Blue Ivy went through.
From the moment she was born, she was a star in the making, gracing magazine covers before she could even say her first word. She was stealing the spotlight in music videos and basically carving out a celebrity status of her own. Fans couldn't get enough of her, always glued to the screen, eagerly waiting to see what she'd do next. Then the twins came along, and the hype around Beyonce and Jay-Z's little family reached a whole new level. Despite the couple going to great lengths to keep their kids out of the public eye, fans still managed to catch glimpses of their growing family. The Carter girls were living their best lives, effortlessly staying in the limelight. Blue Ivy, of course, was shining bright, snagging awards and making surprise appearances in her parents' projects like she was born for the stage. Rumi, on the other hand, was stealing hearts with her sweet smile and her random but equally adorable public appearances. Every time one of them popped up, the world collectively stopped to swoon. It was clear that while Beyonce and Jay-Z were careful about how much they shared, they couldn't quite keep their kids hidden from the spotlight, and fans loved every minute of it. The Carter family was still one of the most talked about in the industry, and the kids were becoming stars in their own right, whether their parents liked it or not. However, we can't say the same for Sir. It was like he had vanished into thin air. Fans started asking all sorts of questions, wondering what was going on with him. I mean, sure, Beyonce has always been known for being notoriously private, but with Sir, it felt like she was taking things to a whole new level. She was more protective about him than she ever seemed to be with Blue Ivy or Rumi. It was almost as if the spotlight was intentionally being kept away from him, and people couldn't help but
That's what happened when you got more than one kid.
notice. Fans began to wonder, was there something about Sir that Beyonce and Jay-Z were trying to protect? Was he just a shy little boy? Or was there more to the story that they weren't letting on? With all the attention and love Blue Ivy and Rumi were getting, it felt odd that Sir remained so out of sight. The mystery surrounding him just deepened, and fans, being fans, couldn't resist speculating. Something about the way Beyonce and Jay-Z guarded Sir so closely made people even more curious, sparking even more theories about why he was being kept in the shadows. The more Blue Ivy and Rumi made their appearances in the public eye, the more Sir's absence stood out. Fans were all over social media, speculating and trying to piece together why they never saw him. It wasn't long before the wild theories started to pour in.
They better leave Beyonce alone, man. She make you sip that lemonade, you're gonna be booked up for life. Kanye West, he must want to die. He said, if Twitter take my down, then so be it, but I need y'all to know, Jay-Z or nobody have no power over me. What that got to do with his kids? He said at least Jay-Z and Beyonce get to raise their retarded ass kids. How could he say that about Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids when he was family to them once upon a time? How about he mind his business? How about the fans and the public and everybody else out there mind their business?
It wasn't long before the wild theories started to pour in, with people trying to figure out why Sir was being kept out of the public eye. It had everyone asking, what's really going on with Sir Carter? Why is he the invisible Carter kid? The first time people really started noticing Sir's absence was during some of Beyonce's biggest events. He wasn't at her iconic halftime performance or at her Good Morning America interview for the Lion King movie. While Blue Ivy and Rumi were right there beside her, Sir was nowhere to be seen. Fans couldn't help but wonder why that was. It felt like a glaring omission. Beyonce and Jay-Z were always open about their other two children, but Sir was always mysteriously missing from these public moments. With the public focus on Blue Ivy's growing stardom and Rumi's adorable sporadic appearances, it left fans questioning why Sir seemed to be kept so far out of the spotlight. The lack of his presence at these key moments only fueled the speculation and raised even more curiosity about why Beyonce and Jay-Z were so protective of him.
Somebody wants to join.
The internet exploded with theories, and once that conversation started, it
What does she mean somebody wants to join? Like, you're not welcome here. It's all about me and Blue Ivy. Her and Blue Ivy in the room, she hear a knock at the door. Oh, somebody wants to join. She picking and choosing who get to spend time with her. Sir Carter not even allowed at the video shoot. He ain't allowed at the concerts. He not allowed in the bedroom. He can't come in the living room with them. What is that all about? Somebody wants to join. I thought she was there. So she got her own zone with just her and Blue Ivy, and the other kids is outsiders. Somebody wants to join.
Somebody wants to join.
The internet exploded with theories, and once that conversation started, it got crazy. Some fans even suggested that Sir might be autistic and could be sensitive to the noise and lights at big events. That theory seemed to catch on, with people wondering if that might explain why Beyonce and Jay-Z kept him away from the public eye. As usual, Beyonce and Jay-Z stayed tight-lipped, never acknowledging the speculation, which only made people even more intrigued. But here's where things took a darker turn. Some fans began to link Sir's absence to some serious allegations surrounding Jay-Z. Rumors had been swirling about him being involved with minors, and not in a good way. As those whispers grew louder, another theory emerged that Beyonce and Jay-Z were deliberately keeping Sir out of the limelight to protect him from the fallout of all those allegations. It was wild because...
So was Jay-Z accused of messing with little boys? If that's the case, Blue Ivy shouldn't be on the red carpet neither. She shouldn't have been at the Grammys. She shouldn't be doing movies. Rumi shouldn't have been at the Super Bowl. I didn't hear nothing about Jay-Z being involved with little boys. What that got to do with Sir Carter?
Because now, Sir's invisibility wasn't just about being kept private, it was being tied to much bigger, much more serious matters involving Jay-Z. Theories were flying, and people couldn't help but wonder, was there more to the story than just wanting privacy, or were the Carters trying to protect their son from something far darker? If this theory is true, then honestly, it would be the decent thing to do, but it still leaves a lot of people scratching their heads. Why is Sir the only one being kept out of the public eye like this, while Blue Ivy and Rumi seem to be fine with the spotlight? After all, the interview with Blue and Rumi aired right after those serious allegations started to surface, and Jay-Z even attended the Lion King premiere.
What was that, man?
A lot of people scratching their heads. Why is Sir the only one being kept out of the public eye like this, while Blue Ivy and Rumi seem to be fine with the spotlight? After all, the interview with Blue and Rumi aired right after those serious allegations started to surface, and Jay-Z even attended the Lion King premiere with Blue, fully aware of the kind of rumors that would inevitably swirl around because of it. That decision to show up at the event definitely didn't sit well with a lot of people, especially fans who were already uneasy about the situation. Even 50 Cent jumped into the drama, mocking Jay-Z for his choice to attend. He said, "Jay said they said I SA'd a kid, everybody get dressed, we going to see Mufasa." The backlash was pretty loud, with people questioning why Jay-Z would willingly step into a media frenzy, knowing the kind of attention it would draw, especially in the middle of such a sensitive time. It really made people wonder whether the couple's decision to keep Sir out of the limelight was more about protecting him, or if there was another reason behind their choice to keep him hidden while the other two kids were out here living their best lives in public. It's pretty interesting, right? Sir is the only one getting this level of protection, and it definitely makes us wonder why this seems to be the norm in Hollywood. We've seen it time and time again with other celebrities, like the Kardashians, for example. They're notorious for keeping their sons out of the spotlight, barely posting about them on social media, while their daughters are all over their feeds, living it up in the public eye. It's almost like there's this...
Maybe because black males got it worse in society. Maybe that's the reason why. But if that was the case, why would Kanye be going at Jay-Z's son when he got sons of his own that nobody even know about? I haven't seen his sons do a TikTok or Instagram, but what's her name? Northwest? She all over the place. He even put her on the song with Diddy, for crying out loud. So how come he not speaking on his sons? I still can't get over what he said, but the part that stick out to me the most is the insemination, the artificial insemination. So them kids not natural. They was born in a tank or something, according to Kanye West. I want to believe that Beyonce gave a natural birth to her kids. Why would she lie? Her body took a toll. She was able to bounce back. When you got money like that, you can bounce back from pregnancies. So I'm believing that Jay-Z and Beyonce's kids are natural, but people believing that they some artificial kids because of the secret society nonsense that been going on about Jay-Z and Beyonce for years. I don't know everything. Y'all got to let me know in the comment section. Do you feel like these kids were artificially implanted in Beyonce or somebody else? They saying they had a surrogate mother and Beyonce not their real mom. Because if Kanye West talking like this, he must know something that we don't know. It's either that or he's an idiot. I'm guessing he's an idiot because he's talking about other people's kids, while his son's never been in the spotlight neither.
Up in the public eye. It's almost like there's this unwritten rule when it comes to the boys. They get shielded and the girls are fair game. And when you look at it that way, it's hard not to notice a pattern. Many celebs have been accused of profiting off their daughters while doing everything they can to protect their sons. It makes you wonder if Beyonce and Jay-Z might be falling into the same category. Are they keeping Sir out of sight for his protection? Or is there something more behind the curtain? It's a tough question to answer, but it's definitely something people are starting to pay more attention to. Celebrities in Hollywood are often criticized for using their kids for their own benefit, while also keeping them hidden when it suits them. And Beyonce and Jay-Z's actions have raised some serious questions about whether they might be doing the same thing. However, Beyonce's mom, Ms. Tina Knowles, has been out here trying to convince us that we've got it all wrong. According to her, Sir is just a private child who doesn't care much for fame. She even tried to clear up some of the speculation, but honestly, her attempt ended up making everyone even more curious. Tina, who's always been close to her grandkids, decided to spill a little tea about Sir, saying, "Sir is a very, very smart child. He likes numbers and he's very low-key." She painted this picture of Sir as a little boy who wasn't about the flashy, attention-grabbing lifestyle like his sisters. According to Tina, he's more into his own world, calm, collected, and not at all interested in the public life that his siblings seem to thrive in.
Tell us a little bit about Rumi and outside of Rumi is amazing. She's an amazing artist, like painter and creator. And so,
That's what's
how
up.
could they be anything else growing up in that environment? That's all we talk about is creativity and fashion and the whole thing.
What is Sir interested in?
Sir is very quiet and is very, very smart and does all of the number stuff. So he's not into the fashion stuff as much. But yeah.
At first, people were like, okay, so he's just a normal kid. And it seemed like the whole mystery had been solved. But that's when things really took a turn. Some fans weren't convinced by what Grandma Tina had to say. They felt like there was more to the story that she wasn't sharing. The internet went into overdrive with all sorts of theories about why Sir was kept so far out of the public eye. It was like everyone had their own take. And let me tell you, some of them were wild. The more Tina talked, the more the speculation grew. Some folks started wondering if Sir had special needs that Beyonce and Jay-Z were trying to protect him from. And honestly, given how brutal the internet can be, it kind of made sense. Remember how people came for Blue Ivy when she was just a baby? The internet was awful, bullying her for everything from her hair to her looks, making fun of a literal baby. Some fans thought maybe Beyonce and Jay-Z were keeping Sir out of the spotlight to shield him from facing that same kind of cruelty.
Exactly.
Others, though, were sure that there was something way bigger going on. They thought the family was hiding a huge secret, and the more quiet the Carters stayed, the more everyone's imagination started running wild. Whatever it was clear that no one was satisfied with the story they were being given. But here's the thing. Fans are still side-eyeing the whole situation, convinced there's more going on than what they've been told. Tina's comments were meant to clear the air, but instead, they just opened up even more questions. It's like she cracked open a whole can of worms, and now everyone is even more intrigued by what's really happening behind the scenes with the Carter family.
Hey, to her credit, she was just trying to help the situation. She was just trying to stop the speculations, calm people down, get people off of his trail, and wound up leading people to where the boy at. Y'all like some wolves out there. Kanye West, I'm so disappointed in you, man. He stooped to the lowest of lows every time you hear this man on the news, but this gots to be the lowest I've ever seen Kanye West go. He could say what he wanted to say about different peoples. He even go in on black people. He just ain't got no love in his heart. But he ain't got no love for the kids. That's like Bernie Mac saying, F them kids. Maybe it's a Chicago thing. Y'all got to let me know in the comment section. He go hard on people's kids. Just like Bernie Mac. We've seen it happen. All of the kids dying out there in Chicago, they dying left and right. Is it a Chicago thing? My people in the Chi, let me know. Inform me on Chicago culture. Because Kanye West is a native of your city. You got to claim him. And he ain't the only one that go hard on kids. So Y'all gotta let me know in the comment section.
Now, you know what really has people talking? It's the fact that Jay-Z seems all about protecting one son, but when it comes to another, he's completely rejecting any connection. Yup, I'm talking about his alleged son, Rymir Satterthwaite. Rymir's been fighting for years, since 2010 in fact, to get Jay-Z to take a paternity test. His mom was just 16 when she supposedly had an affair with Jay-Z, and that age gap definitely raised some red
Just like
flags.
him.
And the fact that Jay-Z won't even entertain the idea of a paternity test, that's only made people more suspicious. When you compare how Jay-Z's bending over backward to keep Sir out of the public eye, but won't even acknowledge Rymir, it's got folks questioning what's really going on behind the scenes. There's definitely some double standards at play, and it's making people wonder what the real story is. In an interview, he said, "I don't want money or anything like that from Jay-Z. I just want him to finally tell the truth to the world. He's supposed to be a positive role model for our community. He stands there screaming Black Lives Matter. Well, tell the truth and take responsibility. And if you say I'm not your son and nothing ever happened with my mom, then just take the test.
Take the test.
If you are telling the truth, then why is your first answer whenever you're asked to take a paternity test no? If you're wondering why Jay-Z has been denying the paternity, it's because Rymir's mom was only 16 when she got pregnant and Jay-Z was in his 20s. According to Rymir's guardian, Wanda was only 16 when she allegedly met Sean, but she may have told him she was older. She fell pregnant, but had no idea how to contact him. I got a call from his in-house lawyer, and they were very helpful, and we thought we would resolve this privately. They even talked about Rymir's music talent and whether it was a good time to put him on his record label, but he had to finish high school, so I said no. Suddenly,
said
different
yeah.
lawyers got involved, and their attitude completely changed. I think they realized there was more at stake for Sean, given that Wanda was allegedly underage. She also had an interview with Tasha K, during which she said this.
That Wanda told me that when he found out that she was with child, he came looking for her.
Chilly, the Carter family is a hot mess, but it looks like Jaguar Wright has all the tea. If there is one person who has all the receipts on Jay-Z, and a lot of people in the industry, it's Jaguar. She has been trying to warn us for years now that Jay-Z is not always the cool gentleman that he pretends to be. And it looks like we're finally starting to see what she was trying to say. So what does she have to say about the Sir Carter situation? Well, she pretty much confirmed what we suspected for a long time. She confirmed that it's a real thing in the industry where celebs don't really pay a lot of attention to their sons. She pointed out how most Nepo babies in the industry are females, because it's easier to put girls on than boys. Oh, and y'all know those rumors about how it's fair game when it comes to female celeb kids? Well, Jaguar also confirmed this, pointing out how weird it is that Beyonce and Jay-Z have bought out trademarks in both Rumi and Blue's names, but it has been crickets when it comes to Sir. Jaguar claims that the reason for this is that it's pretty difficult and almost impossible to profit off young boys compared to young girls, and that is why you're probably never going to see the little boy in public, at least not as much as the girls. This is pretty wild.
I can see that being the case. People willing to pay money to see Blue. Sir Carter not gonna sell out no tickets. It's not gonna be a bunch of dudes in the front row talking about Sir Carter. A bunch of grown men is not showing up to no Beyonce concert or a Jay-Z concert for Sir Carter unless he got a mean 16. Put a basketball in his hand in the future, I'm pretty sure he'll sell out arenas. Y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. Do y'all feel like Kanye West is taking it too far? He said the kids is retarded. How disrespectful can you get, man? God forbid something happened to his kids. I doubt if Jay-Z will have a comeback speaking about Northwest. She just a kid. Anybody with some decency know that kids is off limits. Please let me know in the comment section how y'all feel about this. Kanye, you slipping, bro. You've been slipping for a long time. Somebody got to humble this man. Somebody need to tell Kanye about himself. They need that dude from TMZ to come back out and speak to Kanye. Because when that dude was talking to him, Kanye West listened. So they need him back on the job to get this man's mind right. Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section. I got so much love for y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all on my next video.